Greetings, my friends. Jason here. It is already the second week of 2016, and here we are with the second video in the series of 52 that I committed to create. And what I want to do today is pick up where we left off on the last video, because basically in the last video what we did was we talked about ways you can create a goal. I gave you a method, and then we also talked about the fact that having a goal or a desire or a dream is not about having that thing, it's about becoming the person that's capable of creating whatever outcome you set forth. And your goal is just your outcome, right? But what tends to happen is we get started down the path, maybe we want to get up early, we want to eat right, maybe we want to get to the gym more often, and life happens, right? Something happens to derail us. We have to work late, so we don't get to bed early enough. We're caught out away from, good quality food, so we're forced to eat fast food, that sort of thing. Or at least that's the story we tell ourselves to justify what we do. But for whatever reason, we end up in the ditch. We don't know how to get back, and so therefore we just say, fuck it, give up, it's not possible, I'm just going to continue to be whatever I am, right? But to have something different in life, we have to be something different in life. So your beingness is what determines your havingness. And if we're unable to change those daily habits and rituals, we're never going to have that thing that we claim to want to have, right? Because we're unable to change our beingness. Our beingness is what gives us our daily routine, our daily habits, the way we talk to people, the way we move our body, the way we schedule ourselves. It all comes from how we perceive ourselves and what our beingness is. So, first of all, realize that's what we're changing, and that's what we seek to change or improve or add to. We're not necessarily focused on, the thing. The thing will be the result of your daily actions. So how do I stay on course, right? Well, a couple of things that really help people that I know and myself is, number one, whatever your goal is, you want to sit down, take out a piece of paper, and write it down. Make it physical, okay? Everyone who understands manifestation understands that all physical things are created at least twice. First in the mind, and then in the physical world. So the building you drove past, the car you drive, the house you live in, the plates you eat off of, those things were all created in someone's mind first and then manifested in the physical world. So writing down your goal is your first opportunity to do that. The second thing you want to do is really get in touch with why you want to create this thing. And the closer you can get to an emotional response by creating that goal or that thing that you say you want to create, the further you're going to embed it into your subconscious, and the more you're going to be apt to get up when you don't want to get up. The more you're going to make that extra call when you don't want to make that extra call, right? So you really got to know your why. And when it comes to human beings, we generally only make decisions from two places. We're either inspired to do so, or we're in a state of desperation. So inspiration or desperation. And what you'll find is that if you can put yourself in an emotional state whereby you absolutely have to do this thing, create this habit, you'll find that you're more apt to do it, all right? Because what's happening is you're eliminating all other possible outcomes. If you change I should to I must, then at all times during the course of the day, and you're emotionally attached to this thing, what'll happen is you'll find yourself more easily and more readily able to move toward that habit or that ritual. Inspiration also can work, and I don't care which side you come from, it doesn't really matter. We just want to choose an effective path. And you might be inspired by something you read, see, consume. It doesn't really matter. Maybe you look at a piece of artwork, maybe you see your children and you're inspired to be better, do better, earn more. But at the end of the day, inspiration or desperation piece is where your why is going to come from, and you really need to get a good grasp of what that is, because that's what's going to weather the storm when you really don't want to create that ritual or that habit during the course of that day. The last thing is, see if you can come up with different triggers to trigger that emotional response, whether it be pasting your goal, you wrote it down on a piece of paper, maybe you put it on the bathroom mirror, maybe you put it on the refrigerator, maybe you put it on your breakfast table, maybe you have a physical goal to look a certain way. Maybe you cut out a clipping from a magazine and you post that on your mirror right beside your statement of your goal. Whatever the case may be that's going to trigger you to think about where you want to be in the future, and it's going to cause you to act today. Because remember, your future person is just the result of all the actions that you're taking today. Whatever it takes to trigger you to continue to stay on the path, that's the thing you want to do. Other triggers can be speaking your goal into reality. In this video series, the first video I created, I said, I publicly stated that I wanted to create 52 videos, at least one per week, for the year of 2016, and that my deadline for doing it was midnight, December 31st, and that you would all know whether or not I did it, because the video record will be clear, right? So what I'm doing is I'm placing myself in a vulnerable position. We're all run by programs, and one of my programs is I don't like to be wrong, and I don't like to look bad. So if I miss my goal, I'm going to be both of those things in the eyes of people that I care about, right? So you can publicly proclaim your goal to other people and ask for their help. Okay, so these are just 3 things that you can do, and I'll share some more advanced strategies as we go. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. Wish you the best of luck with your goal, and I hope you're still on the path. So until next time, take care.